So the Salmo Butcher, it's a lure you might have heard of, it's a lure you might have used, and if you have used it, it's a lure you've probably caught on as well. It does, unfortunately, get a little bit overlooked, this lure, because of the popularity and the brilliant design of the Salmo Hornet. It's a very similar lure. It's a crankbait, it's around about the same size. It's available in floating and sinking. They're 5 centimeters long. I think the sinking version is 7 grams, the floating version is 5 grams, so it sits perfectly within that crankbait style of the Hornet. So a lot of people go, well, I'll just buy the Hornet instead. What you're missing out on there though is the action of the Butcher. Now, if you look at the profile of the Butcher, let me just hold it this way so you can see it a little bit better. It's different to the Hornet. On the side, from a side view, it's a little bit different to the Hornet, but on the front profile, it's very different. Whereas with the Hornet, you've got a bulbous front end. With the Butcher, it's much slimmer. You've got straighter sides. So what happens is you get a slower wiggle. And you'll see with the Hornet, it's absolutely manic. The water, when it rushes round the sides of it, give it a really, really tight and aggressive, fast wiggle. With the Butcher, it's a little bit more considered. It's a little bit slower. So that difference will key into the different things that the predators are looking for on the day. So in terms of a change bait, so if you're fishing Hornets, and if you want something a little bit slower that's got a different action that the fish are after, the Butcher is the one to go for. Or just fish the Butcher just on a session, give it a go, see what you think, because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. If you notice on the Butcher, they've got a very narrow and quite a small diving bib on there, so the angle of that doesn't take them particularly deep, which is why we've got a sinking version as well. If you want to work them a little bit deeper, fish the sinking version, get it down to where you want it to be, and then work it. So cranking it down with the floating, you know, you're looking at shallower venues, or where the fish are up in the water, especially for chub. I mean, this is a brilliant chub lure, but perch as well, or pike, you know, in shallower weedier bays or whatever. Run this past the weed bed with a wide trace on, and the pike will smash it. But like I said, if you're fishing a deeper venue and want to get that slower wiggly action in there, go for the sinking, count it down, and then start working it. But for me, the floating version is the one to start with. Give that a go, see how you get on, and then move on to the sinking version. Brilliant lure. If you are fishing crankbaits, you should check out the Butcher for sure. Give it a go.